This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
44-year-old Ronaldo Winters made his first appearance in the magistrate's court today. He's accused of drug possession. Well, in court today, Magistrate Samuel McKinney charged Winters with possession of 442 pounds of marijuana and 16 pounds of cocaine with the intent to supply. Winters is also facing 2 counts of conspiracy to possess dangerous drugs. He pleaded not guilty to all of the charges. Authorities say that Drug Enforcement Unit officers were patrolling a dirt road in the area of San Andreas just after noon Sunday when they discovered the illegal drugs. Now, the court denied Winters bail and remanded him to the Department of Corrections. He's due back in court August 10th.
A man found dead in his vehicle has become the country's 91st homicide victim for the year. The victim, who has not been identified, was discovered in a dark-colored Honda at the intersection of Cordo Avenue and East Street this morning with multiple gunshot wounds. Police say they received a call around 3:30 this morning. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene. In the meantime, officers have launched an island-wide search for those responsible for the crime. Police also are reporting that shortly after the discovery of the deceased, a man turned up at the Princess Margaret Hospital with multiple gunshot wounds. Investigations continue.
Claudine Davis, Shanique Sands, Eric Morrison, and Shaquille DeMeritt will forever be in the hearts of Fox Hillians as a part of their community. These 4 persons died in a shootout on Freedom Park, December 27, 2013. Now, thanks to a monument, all those who traverse the area will remember those victims. The decision to erect the monument reportedly not only serves as a tribute, but has helped in the healing and rebuilding of the historic Fox Hill community. The monument's contractor, Warren Davis, stood humbled as he reflected on that tragic day.
I was right in the midst of all that. And we thank God by His grace that I'm still here. We had to do something on a scale that was second to none. I wanted to ensure that Shanique, Cosino, Shaquille, and Eric will never be forgotten by our community and this nation at large.
Now, Wednesday's dedication and unveiling ceremony was filled with song, prayer, and uplifting words. Family, loved ones, and other well-wishers laid wreaths before each monument. And as promised, area MP, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, said the monument is in the Fox Hill area and they're preparing for the festival set for next week. He says it could not have been done without the unwavering support of Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Works, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis. They both reflected on that fateful day.
That was a horrible night. It left a hole in the lives and in the hearts of many. Tonight, we remember them all, those who are still with us and those who are no longer with us.
Let us remember the 4 people who died and pledge to continue to work in their memory for things that make for peace and build up the common life. I urge all young people in particular to further embrace your community. This is your Fox Hill, a very special part of the Bahamas, and it is only as good as you make it.
Family and friends gathered last night at the National Center for the Performing Arts to celebrate the life and legacy of the late Franklin Count Bernardino Ellis. The entertainment icon passed away recently following a very long illness. He was 91. His homegoing service will be held this coming weekend. Among those paying tribute last night during the memorial service included entertainer Ronnie Ambrister, Lynx Cavallo and the Backstabbers, limbo dancer Leroy Butler, and president of the Musicians and Entertainments Union, Percy Sweeting. Also on hand for the occasion, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Danny Johnson. He noted that the work of the Count will be a part of the Bahamian story forever.
Count was a very interesting and complicated and fascinating man, right? And so you honor him. I respect his views. I love his life, liberty, his laughter, and this is now his legacy. All of you are a part of his legacy. You know, tonight I celebrate you. We're here to support your family, and we really, really love you. I love your body of work. I am going to preserve his body of work.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimenita Swain. The Bahamas International Securities Exchange, or BISX, has successfully added Asia America Fund Limited to its roster of funds after it successfully completed the BISX mutual fund listing process. Asia America Fund Limited is an open-ended investment fund and is also incorporated as an international business company under the laws of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. BISX Chief Executive Officer Keith Davies says that they are pleased at the continued growth in its mutual fund listing facility, especially with the fact that its offshore financial services providers are able to use this facility as a value-added product and service to their clients. In other news, Grand Bahama Island visitor arrivals and occupancy levels have increased significantly this year. The Ministry of Tourism statistics revealed that Grand Bahama's occupancy rate in June increased by 18.2% compared to 72% the previous year. Officials cite another sign of increased demand is a 40.1% increase in the year-to-date number of room nights sold in June, which was around 253,941 versus 181,248 from the previous year. Tourism Minister Obi Wolchcombe is elated that the Bahamas' tourism industry continues to reap the results of all its hard work and dedication from both the public and private sector. He adds that the increase in business is a direct result of the combined strategic efforts across the board. And in international business news, U.S. stocks slumped on Thursday as a spate of poor earnings reports from media companies dragged the sector index to its worst two-day loss since the financial crisis. Reuters is reporting that the sell-off added to investors' nervousness ahead of a key jobs data on Friday that could provide clues regarding the timing of a rate hike. Walt Disney shares fell 5.3% to 104.67 a day after their largest daily drop in almost 7 years. The stock was also the biggest drag on the Dow and the Standard & Poor's 500. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimenita Swain.
Well, we have some summer interns here for the summer. One of them, Bria Brannon. She had a very big, this is one of her last days, she had a big spread this morning. She had chicken sauce, bread, tea, bagels, everything you could think of. Fruit galore. Did you enjoy it?
I didn't have any.
Neither did I. That's my point.
But Bria was busy.
She was busy. Now, in her defense,
how.
she's been very, very busy this summer.
Well, ZNS News summer intern Bria Brannon took to the streets to get a sense of what Bahamians are thinking concerning two very important and timely questions.
Here's what she found out.
With concerns about the economy, crime, and the state of education high on the minds of Bahamians, we wanted to find out what you thought about two very important questions. Are Bahamians relying too much on the government for things that we should be doing ourselves? And what can we do to make our country better? Here's what you had to say.
We get away too much slackness around here. We always want, never will give nothing. That's why they complaining.
We do need help because a lot of people don't have that kind of help in the Bahamas like America does. America, they can go to other systems to do that. So we do rely a lot on the government, which we do need.
People expect politicians to give them favors for voting for them, like jobs and, different things, scholarships, stuff like that.
Yeah, you need to rely on like on the government sometimes. Not all the people them now, like some people them. You see what some people them don't need government help. Like some people them that they get their own help.
I was out of a job a year and 4 months. I ain't going to no government for that. I still survive. In the midst of it all, I still survive. And I had 5 kids.
We also asked, what can we do to make the Bahamas a better place?
Young people, young and old alike, reach out to one another. Watch one another back. To help solve crime, if we looking out for one another, everybody they would take notice that to look out for one another, crime would be lessened here in the country.
If we start relying on God more, we'll have some results.
Give everybody a chance. You understand? I'm saying we got problems.
but we gotta correct it. Nobody's perfect, and nobody, you tell me everything they do is wrong. That's wrong. You can't say that.
At the end of the day, they will come back into alignment, whereas where God wants us to be, as a nation and as a people.
What we need is a national exam that is not just accepted in the Bahamas.
Give something back to the country so the children's home could eat, the AIDS Foundation could get some money, the cancer could get something, and that's what tax is about, helping stuff that people don't want to help with. So if the government got to suck it out of you, I don't have a problem with that because it helps with other things.
Generally, we learned that most Bahamians want to return to God, and most agree that we do rely too heavily on the government for help that we should do ourselves. Bria Brennan, ZNS Network News.
Good job, Bria. Some scholarship information. 3 female residents of Golden Gate's constituency are the lucky recipients of $15,000 in scholarships. Member of Parliament for Golden Gates, Honorable Shane Gibson, said at the presentation ceremony that the scholarship fund was created to assist persons needing financial assistance to obtain a tertiary education. He noted that the donation also reflects the characteristics of his parents who saw a value in education.
My parents were serious about education because they saw a new world. The individual preparation was limited to opportunity and finances. My father was a businessman who saw opportunities, and like bees drawn to honey, he flew to see what he could incorporate his skills to make his life better for his family. My mother, Gerlin Gibson, was the oldest child of the educational giant T.G. Glover. It is important to us that she is represented in a manner fitting her character and noble qualities. The recipient of the Gerlin Gibson Scholarship for Excellence is expected to prevail in excellence in every area because this is the manner of her bearing.
Shante Russell received the King Eric Gibson Scholarship to study economics at Middle Tennessee State University. The Gerlin Gibson Award went to Alphanique McKinsey, who will pursue psychology and business at Schuyler University in Paris. And Lauren Johnson secured the Shane Gibson Academic Award to study healthcare administration and marketing at DeVry University in Atlanta.
We will indeed be one step closer to achieving our academic and professional goals. For this, we are truly appreciative. To all those instrumental in the process, we are grateful to you as well. Once again, thank you to all.
Well, 4 regattas took place this weekend in the Family Islands, and it seemed like the Southern Bahamas was the place to be.
Apparently, that's why they brought Charles Fisher down there, because he had so much fun down there. And according to him, those homecomings attracted people from all over the world.
It was a time to unwind in the island down south. Even Minister of Labor, the Honorable Shane D. Gibson, got his groove on, as it was good to be back home. A first-time visitor to Auckland from Miami, Florida, with Bahamian roots, Kay Darling Curry also enjoyed the back to the island life, cementing the fact that it is surely better in the Bahamas.
My mother was born in Hard Hill and my grandmother was born in Anderson, and this was always my dream to come to Acklands. And I decided last year that I was going to put a group together to bring 10 to 15 people with me, and I did. So 10 people came along with me, and we're having a ball. I'm loving it. I'm used to going to Nassau, and coming to the island is just awesome. I'm just so happy to be a part of this regatta.
What you enjoying most so far?
Oh, so far the regatta for today, and also I ate some conch and fish that was delicious.
So what are you taking back?
Well, right now I'm taking back a lot of memories and pictures.
She definitely will be back next year with more friends. Meantime, Martin Sands, also from Florida, have been here before, but last visited back in 1998. This time he brought several family members.
It was a long time, but love brought me back. Love of family, love of the island, just love of the tropics.
You know, so your family from here?
I have family. I'm a Sands, but my mother was a Collie. My grandfather was born in Hard Hill, Acklands, James G. Collie, and his father was William Collie. We're here to reconnect with our ancestors, to enjoy the festivities, and to partake in this Acklands reunion.
And this display of culture brings out the island life in everyone, no matter where you are from or how long you've been away.
Make no mistake that in Florida, we're not just Americans, we're descendants from the Bahamas, and it's so good to be back home. I reach.
Everyone surely had a good time and looking forward to next year, including myself. For the ZNS News Network, I'm Charles Fisher.
Putting out fires may be a routine in a big city, but in small and remote islands, it's not so easy. Most of them are without the infrastructure and equipment to defend against blazes. But in the settlement of Barry-Tarry-Exuma, that's no longer a problem. Here's tonight's BTC Island Connection.
Sound of emergency, but in Barry-Tarry-Exuma, thankfully, so far there have been no major incidents for this shiny new fire truck to respond to.
On Saturdays we do our training, like from 10 to 12.
Yeah, and you're the chief, so you're the only one who has one of these.
But in the event that there is, this resident fire chief is ready. The station was funded by the community and corporate Exuma, supported by the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Reverend Houghton Lloyd, the chairman of the Barry-Tarry Fire Services, says it's a godsend.
This building means a lot to the people of Barry-Tarry, and not only the people of Barry-Tarry, the entire Exumas, because we don't only service Barry-Tarry, we service all the out west settlements in Exuma. For example, Bucktown, Short Manor, Curtis, Rollville, Steventon, Forest. We had to go into Forest the other day to put out a bushfire. So it means a whole lot to the people of the Exumas.
BTC's involvement comes through its I Volunteer program. This check is but one installment in helping put out fires in the community.
And so I was just overwhelmed when I heard about this project and thought it would be just a great idea for BTC to pitch in here with the fire station. And so what we have done is during the Christmas holiday, which is the time of giving, we would normally give a donation here to the fire station to help with whatever they may need assistance with.
It isn't every day you get to see a fire truck up close. But here, the chief is firing up the engine, ready to spring into action.
First thing we do is pull this this is to make sure the air is out of the pump.
And then, the big test.
Can we get some more power? What that is? What that is? I got it. I don't want to get that in. He almost let you up.
Adderley for the BTC Island Connection.